You're listening to The Dominic Natty Show. News, gossip, celebrity interviews with limited knowledge and accuracy in sports and politics. And now, your host, celebrity publicist, Dominic Natty.
That's right, it's Friday, and it is time for The Dominic Natty Show on Intellectual Radio in Chicago and iHeartRadio. It's the first show of the new year, and it is freaking freezing outside. Today's guest is Carrie Duber. Carrie Duber is one of the stars of The Real Housewives of Dallas. And we got to ask her some questions. It got pretty juicy. So I hope you are a Real Housewives fan. If you are, you're going to like this one. It was already in the press yesterday. So, we're stirring it up yet again. So keep it here. Dominic Natty Show. We'll be right back with Carrie Duber.
Hey, this is Riff Raff, and listen to the Dominic Natty Show on iHeartRadio.
Do you have a business and are looking for a creative and effective way to market your product or services? Are you an entertainer or recording artist looking for a captive audience to display your talent to? The Dominic Natty Show is now offering on-air commercial advertising for as low as $50. Your product or talent will be presented by celebrity publicist Dominic Natty and be seen on our social media accounts and on iHeartRadio and select stations throughout the country. Send us a message on social media at Dom Natty Show or email DominicNattyShow@gmail.com for more information. The Dominic Natty Show, maximum exposure, minimum censorship. You're listening to The Dominic Natty Show on iHeartRadio and Intellectual Radio.
Okay, welcome back to The Dominic Natty Show on iHeartRadio and Intellectual Radio in Chicago. I have been telling you all program about our special guest, and it is now time to speak with her. From The Real Housewives of Dallas, Carrie Duber is on the phone with us. Carrie, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show. We're very excited to speak with you. If it's cool, I'll just jump right into some questions.
Absolutely.
I went to your website, and I thought one thing on there that I thought was interesting, and I think that our listeners will be interested in as well, is I learned that you're a big online shopper. Now, what are some tips for other people who would prefer? It sounds like you don't like shopping in person. So what are some tips you can give for other people who also like to shop online?
Yeah, I go to a store and I just get like anxiety. I'm just not like the best at, I'm like, I see something, it's like, ooh, shiny object, and I just get like distracted. Like for me, it's just easier just to go online and I don't have like the time, I've got, I work and I've got kids and all of that. So like for me, the best thing is just kind of, I love going on kind of people's Instagram feeds or, even just social media and just kind of browsing around and checking out what other people kind of have going on and getting ideas from them. And then just kind of, browsing the web and finding some good choices for me. It's easier.
Now, are you a little more like frugal and you're not concerned about the most expensive designer stuff? That's not your style?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not into, my husband's more the designer and into the more fancy stuff. I think he's a little more bougie than me. I'm more kind of just, I like what I like. And I don't, I'm not specifically into a designer, into working out and into kind of that, I can run around in yoga pants all day and be happy. Be really happy.
Yeah. That's awesome. Now, how did you get to be on The Real Housewives of Dallas? How did that come about?
It's funny. It was just kind of random. They just found me through another friend, through her website, actually, I think. And then, social media and just kind of snowballed. And, they called me and I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll interview. I never turn down opportunities in life. I feel like, I always take, go for it, right? And so I didn't want to turn it down. And then eventually, cameras just kind of showed up at my house. I'm like, oh my God, this is happening.
So they just found
very random.
Social media?
Yeah, just through social media and through another friend that recommended me for the show.
Oh, that's awesome. That's encouraging. Yeah, for some people to make sure you keep up on that. Then
Yeah,
with your social media, you never know what's going to come out of it.
You never know.
Now, the ratings for the Dallas show has been noted as it's not as strong as some of the other shows. Now, do you feel like the Bravo Network does more to promote the other Housewives shows than they do for Dallas?
No, I think, we actually had a really great promo last year that I liked, and it ran, and I think they did a really nice job with that. I think that, it's a new show, and they've got they're promoting it, I think, as much as the rest, but I think that, it's new, and so I think it's harder to kind of get, watch, people who are tuning in. So I think, this year, hopefully they'll nail that,
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Now, shifting gears a little bit, we had a plastic surgeon on last month named Dr. Miami. He was a Snapchatting plastic surgeon. Have you ever heard of him or no?
Yeah, I think I have. Is he the guy that does a lot of social stuff like Snapchat and stuff? Yeah.
That's the guy. Now, your husband, Mark, is a plastic surgeon.
He is.
So I want to ask you, what is that like, and do you feel pressure to look a certain way because you're a reflection of a plastic surgeon?
No, I actually work for him. I'm a nurse, and so I operate with him and do the injectables for our practice, and so I'm pretty keyed in on it. I've been a nurse for almost 20 years, and I've done plastic surgery for about 15. And I just kind of look the way I look because it is what it is. I don't feel pressure. Definitely not for my husband. He's like so chill with stuff like that. He does like beautiful things and aesthetically pleasing things, but I don't feel pressure at all.
Oh, that's good to hear. Now, have you had any plastic surgery done?
Yeah, here and there. I just had, I've had breast augmentation, but that's about it. The rest of it, is just God and yoga. I think people always think, oh, you're married to a plastic surgeon, that's why you look so good. I'm like, I literally just got out of a yoga class about 10 minutes ago. I'm like sitting here all sweaty in my yoga gear. So trust me, so it's hard work. It's not, you don't just get that going under the knife. You got to work at it yourself.
Now, I have a couple questions that we collected from our listeners to ask you. Now, you and your husband have both had previous marriages that did not work out. Has having previous failed marriages made it difficult in this current marriage?
No, I actually think, everything in life is a learning experience, and I've taken, what I've learned from, my past relationships and use that as a positive thing, spun that to be something that's positive in my life and something that I've learned from.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it wasn't like a bunch of baggage and things that you had to work out. You just turn your back on, move forward.
Yeah, no, I feel like, you need to use those things in your life as, okay, well, I did this and this, and maybe, next time I should do this instead and move in a positive direction with that and not take the negative away, but take the positive.
Okay, great. Now, let me ask you about your castmates. Do you feel like Leanne singles you out and continues to keep trying to expose you? Do you feel singled out by her?
I think Leanne's a good girl. I think she just, I rub her the wrong way. I think, I think we have some similarities, but I think we're very different people. And I think it's just, is what it is at this point.
Yeah. Does she do some of that just like for ratings, or does she genuinely seem to have an issue with you?
No, I think she genuinely has an issue with me. But I think that's kind of how it is in friendship circles, and in real life, you have people who you can communicate with better than others. And I think for me, with regular friends, you just you work through it, and you figure out how to make it work,
Yeah. Okay. And then there have been allegations that came out this, after last season of you stealing from your husband and having an affair with him while you were both married. Now, I mean, I just want to clear things up too. I mean, are these allegations true? And why do you think that people are accusing you of these things? And is it out of jealousy?
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. My husband and I got together. We knew each other, when we were both married to other people. And I mean, I was dating other people. I mean, we've known each other a long time. We got together after our relationships had ended, but, people are going to think what they're going to think. To be honest, I don't even care. It's people can formulate their own opinions. We have a great relationship. We have been married 7 years. And have, a 4-year-old daughter, and I have 2 amazing stepkids, a 16-year-old daughter and a 20-year-old stepson. So, it's kind of silly, and I think that, those things were brought up, like you said. I think it was kind of a jealous situation where, when a lot of times when somebody isn't necessarily as happy as someone else, they, throw rocks, and just want to bring them down. But, I'm not going to let that happen.
Do you think maybe some of the other castmates that are accusing you of that are, just unhappy in their relationships, so they're taking shots at yours?
I mean, that's, and in life, that's kind of how I feel like people can be, if they're not necessarily happy, it's like, well, I don't know, I'm going to try and make them unhappy. When I'm like, you know what, just celebrating other people's happiness. Like, just, why, just be happy. And if you're not happy, make yourself happy. Don't make other people miserable. I mean, that's like, I mean, I want to be miserable like you. I want to be happy like me. Like, I'm more the kind of friend who's going to like lift you up and be like, hey, I'm so excited and da-da-da-da. Not like, I don't know. I have a different perspective, I think, on life than a lot of other people.
So this is genuinely you. I know that came up too, as just like, that you're trying to put out, make everything seem perfect. Like you're just upbeat, and other people that aren't, like, just, can't handle it. They try to attack it. Yeah.
I mean, I think, I try to come from a place of love in my life. I'm a yogi. I practice yoga, not just for physical benefits, but for mental, and emotional benefits. And I think, from that practice, I'm trying to be, even in the new year, I'm like, I just really want to live from a place of love and sending, positivity out into the universe. Because I just think that that's, the way to go. I mean, why not? You can change the way you think, and that can help others.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Now, let me ask you, of all the other housewives and all the other shows, which housewife is your favorite?
Oh my gosh, that's such a hard question. I really love, I got to know this year, Tamra, actually, from OC, and gosh, she is just a great girl and is just such a sweetheart. And really, so I kind of have to say, she's been a really sweet girl and like helpful, and I'll call her or text her and be like, hey, what's going on? She just gets it, and she's a really good person. So I have to go with her.
Oh, Tam. Okay. And then which housewife is your least favorite? Like, which one would you not want on your show?
Oh gosh, I know, right? Probably. I mean, I always said that Danielle Staub girl. I don't know. She scares me.
Which one?
Which one? Danielle Staub. She was on.
Oh,
she's not on anymore, but she would.
Yeah.
She would scare me. I would probably run for the hills. I'd be like, I'm out, people. I gotta go. She would scare me a little bit.
Gotcha. Now, I've been asking everyone this just because it's, everyone's American, and I just want to know what you think. We have a new president coming into office. And what are your thoughts on Donald Trump?
Oh, gosh. I haven't really, I'm trying not to formulate an opinion on this matter. I mean, I sat there during the election and I'm like, I just couldn't get behind either of them. I feel like they were fighting more than the Real Housewives fight, I mean, I'm just like, seriously, this is ridiculous. I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic about the situation. I'm not I think I'm kind of middle of the road with my political views, but I think that I'm gonna hope for the best and be cautiously optimistic.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you think that he has a genuine plan to benefit our country, or?
I don't know.
Skeptical?
I mean, I'm skeptical. The guy's he's a reality TV star, right? So maybe I should look into running for office next. If that's where we're at, in this country. So we'll see. I mean, seems kind of strange, but I mean, I can only hope for the best and wish him well and hope that he makes some good change in this country.
That's good. Now, I know that being, on TV and being in, the circles that you get to meet a lot of celebrities. Now, which celebrity have you met that you've enjoyed, meeting the most?
Oh gosh. I mean, I'm probably just going to have to say Andy Cohen. I enjoy him. I think he's an interesting guy and is very entertaining and very intelligent. So I would think that's probably, been fun. I actually kind of had run in circles like this before. I was on show. I dated some I dated some athlete kind of people and that kind of thing. And so it wasn't necessarily that new to me, but I have enjoyed Andy a lot.
Andy, okay. Now, and then what celebrity have you met that you've enjoyed meeting the least?
Wow, that's a tough one. I really can't think of one. Gosh, who did I hate? Who was really mean? I can't really think of anyone who was really mean. I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. I can't think of anyone right now. Who did I hate?
Maybe Leanne.
Yeah, does that count?
Yeah, I mean, they could be a lower level celebrity. Yeah, yeah.
A celebrity? You mean a celebrity in their mind?
Well, yeah.
No, I don't know. No, I'm gonna be nice. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll pass.
Okay. Now, I want to also give you a chance to plug the website, if you don't mind, and in your social media. So where's the best place for your fans to keep up with you and, to get a glimpse into, everything that you're doing? Where's the best place they can go?
The best place for them to check me out and check out my blog and all kind of things that are happening in my life are CarrieDuber.com. So it's kind of, I have a weird spelling in my name. So it's CARY and DEUB as in boy, ER. So CarrieDuber.com. And you can check out my blogs on there and just kind of my shopping tips, all of that. And also, that can also link over to my husband's website, drduber.com, which has all of our kind of plastic surgery stuff and what's going on with our practice there.
Awesome. Okay, great.
Yeah.
We'll put that on our social media as well so people can easily follow you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. It's been great talking to you. Now, what about season 2? Is that been announced yet?
Yeah, that's in the works. So I'm excited about it. We'll see. I'm excited to see what 2017 has to bring for the Real Housewives of Dallas.
Okay. Have you guys started filming yet, or?
Yeah, we're in the process. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted.
Yes. Please keep us posted.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carrie.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yo, what it is, it's your man, Pleasure P, and you're now listening to the Dominic Natty Show right here on iHeartRadio. Make sure y'all keep it locked. Yes, sir.
Do you have a business and are looking for a creative and effective way to market your product or services? Are you an entertainer or recording artist looking for a captive audience to display your talent to? The Dominic Natty Show is now offering on-air commercial advertising for as low as $50. Your product or talent will be presented by celebrity publicist Dominic Natty and be seen on our social media accounts and on iHeartRadio and select stations throughout the country. Send us a message on social media at Dom Natty Show or email DominicNattyShow@gmail.com for more information. The Dominic Natty Show, maximum exposure, minimum censorship. We're back to the Dominic Natty Show on iHeartRadio and Intellectual Radio.
And we're back. Dominic Natty Natty Show, Intellectual Radio in frigid Chicago, and iHeartRadio. That was our chat with Carrie Duber of the Real Housewives of Dallas. So, hope you guys liked it. She's super nice. Nice girl. We stirred it up just a little, just to ask some questions, but she was very pleasant. I thank you, Carrie, for being on the show. And we got another one for our Housewives fans. So next week, I'm not sure who our guest is going to be. So you're going to have to tune in to find out. We might go back to some of the UFC fighter interviews we've had, or we might have another housewife. So I'm not sure. We got a couple lined up that we could choose from. So we will give you our best. Next week, we will see you here next Friday. iHeartRadio, Intellectual Radio in Chicago. We'll see you next week.